Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-pop world. Sometimes, the entertainment world gives us more than just songs or acting. Sometimes, it holds stories that remain unspoken. Stories you can only feel through a gaze, a moment of silence, and fleeting glimpses barely caught by the camera. And that night, one small moment suddenly felt massive. Wang Yibo, cold, mysterious, and unreadable, is known for his stillness, his distance. Not someone who shows emotion easily. But during one particular encounter, under the dim lights of a show, something changed. He stood too close. He stayed too long. And he clung to someone who hadn't been beside him in a long, long time. Xiao Zhan. What really happened? Why did Yibo's expression seem so different that night? And why did so many fans shed quiet tears after witnessing their interaction? This wasn't just a reunion of two drama stars. It was a fragment of something real, perhaps a cry for help, answered in silence. Months before that moment, shadows had begun to form behind Wang Yibo's usual stoic presence. He never complained, but the public started to notice something had shifted. He still appeared at big events, still acted with full professionalism, but his eyes were no longer the same. Once sharp and focused, now they looked empty, like he was running on autopilot. Fans speculated, but answers never came. Only whispers, only worry. Some thought it was just exhaustion, but others believed something deeper was going on. Sources close to the industry mentioned mental pressure building up over time, a long-running drama schedule, internal conflict with management, even phases where Yibo withdrew completely from social interaction. Still, none of it was confirmed, because, as always, Yibo remained silent. But the one thing he couldn't hide was the way his body reacted when he stood beside Xiao Zhan again. It was during a variety show, something routine, something scripted. But what happened wasn't part of the plan. As Xiao Zhan walked in, a faint, almost imperceptible smile tugged at Yibo's lips. Not the smile for cameras, not for fans, but for someone who had once been part of his life, and maybe still was. Throughout the show, Yibo didn't stray far. He stood close, very close. Even when the cameras weren't directly on him, he remained by Xiao Zhan's side, still, grounded, like the presence of this one person was anchoring him from drifting too far. And in one blink and you miss it moment, Yibo reached out. He touched the edge of Xiao Zhan's sleeve. A touch so light, so small, but so heavy. It wasn't performance. It wasn't fan service. It was a silent plea. Don't leave. I need you. Xiao Zhan said nothing, but he gently patted Yibo's back. A wordless gesture that said, I know. I'm here. Fans who witnessed that moment knew immediately, this wasn't just showbiz. This was real. Real emotion. Real connection. Maybe even real pain. After the clip spread online, the fandom didn't explode with gossip. Not this time. Instead, there was stillness. Tears. Gratitude. Comment after comment filled the timeline. Yibo looked like a child who's scared to lose someone they love. I've never seen him this calm, this attached. Thank you, Xiao Zhan, for being there for him. Fan edits emerged overnight. Soft songs, slow-motion footages, clips of their eyes meeting, woven into a heartbreaking narrative that echoed through thousands of hearts. One video added this narration. Sometimes, the quietest ones are the most broken, and sometimes, the strongest looking are just holding themselves together. We never truly know what someone is going through, especially those in the public eye. Behind the lights, behind the fame, there are fragile souls fighting silent battles. That night, Yibo didn't hide his humanity, and it broke the hearts of many. Some insiders later hinted that the moment happened just after Yibo had overcome a particularly dark phase in his life. Not just exhaustion, but something heavier, something that left him hollow. The details were never made public, but the signs were clear. He wasn't okay. Not until that night. Not until Xiao Zhan walked in. Xiao Zhan didn't give grand speeches. He didn't post poetic captions. He simply showed up. And sometimes, presence is everything. Sometimes, presence is enough to hold someone together, even just for one night. The biggest question now isn't whether they are still close behind the scenes, or whether this was just a one-time spark. It's this: how does someone like Wang Yibo, who keeps everything locked inside, allow himself to reach out, to cling, to ask, without words, for help? And why? Was Xiao Zhan the only person who could pull that side of him out? It wasn't affection in the loud sense. It was care, quiet, buried, and raw. And in this industry, that kind of honesty is rare. That kind of vulnerability is gold. Now, fans are left wondering, will Yibo recover completely? Will Xiao Zhan stay by his side? Or was that night the final chapter of a bond that once saved them both? We may never get an answer. There may be no interview, no confession, but those who watched, those who felt, they know that night changed something. Something that doesn't need to be spoken to be understood. So what do you think? Do you feel like something has shifted in Yibo? Do you believe that behind the silence, there was a cry for help? Tell us what you think in the comments below. And remember, we're following this story closely. If any update surfaces, you'll hear it here first. Until then, don't forget, sometimes silence tells the loudest story. Thank you for watching. This channel is for you, those who believe in drama not just on screen, but in the quiet, emotional truths that lie beneath it. See you in the next video.